Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am very excited for this video because I'm trying out dip powder for your nails for the very first time. Thank you so much to Double Dip. They sent me a whole kit in PR that they gave me to try out, and so I'm going to be making a video showing how I apply it, showing how it looks, just going through the whole process, giving my opinion on it. And I feel like it'll be a good review if you don't have much experience with doing your nails, because honestly, all the experience I have is with nail polish or putting on press-on nails. Like even nail glue, I am not a fan of. So if you're someone that is not well skilled in the nail department with artistry, this will probably be a good video to see if someone like me, a novice, can do it. First, I'm going to show everything I received from them, and then I will start with the whole process. They sent me a lot of goodies. I got this holographic double dip carrying case. These are unrelated to the dips. I'm pretty sure these are something you would just put on your natural nail. These are 3D design nail stickers. Some cute flower patterns there. Sent me these, which are, I believe, just to remove the powder. It might be like acrylic nails where you have to soak it in acetone. The dip powder recycling system. They gave me this little brush for tapping off excess powder. Here are the nail liquids for applying it. And then last but not least, they sent me 3 colors. I was sent this beautiful light pastel orange, this bright fuchsia pink, and this baby pink. All super pretty colors. I think today, in the spirit of fall, I'm gonna go with the orange. What I also love about this company is that everything is cruelty-free and vegan. It's woman-owned. Double Dip also gave me a discount code. If you wanna try this out, you'll get 10% off with SarahM10. I'll link everything in the description box below, and then also keep the discount code down there in case you wanna check it out. So let's change the view and test this out. With the kit comes this dip powder kit instructions, and if you look inside, you can scan this QR code, and they have some tutorial videos, tips and tricks, and other things to help you in applying it. So to start, you're going to want to make sure your nails are clean, push back your cuticles, shape them how you want, if you want, and then you're going to want to take a nail file and really lightly buff the top of your nails to get out any shine. You don't want to do it too hard because you don't want to damage your nail, but just enough to get like a light little shine removal. After that, to clean up your nails, you're going to take either acetone or alcohol and just clean up the nail from where you filed. So hopefully you should be able to tell that this hand, the shine of the nail is a lot less than this hand. First step you want to do after you buff and clean your nails and all of that, you're going to apply a thin coat of the base, which is the red cap bottle, has number 2 on it, to the entire nail surface, and then you will quickly dip it into the color jar. So I'm going to start out with just one nail at a time. Dip it in, tap off the excess. I guess you could technically use this to tap off the excess. And then it says to wait a few seconds before using a clean brush to remove the excess. I'm going to do all of my nails and then remove the excess. Apply it. Dip it in. So the jar is very full, so it is kind of like coming out the sides, but just means more product. It's like really, I've never done dip powder before, but the powder is like really, really fine, and it feels really good dipping your finger in there. We have one hand down. Honestly, I think I did too thick of a layer right here and on here because they look darker. Now I'm going to use the brush they gave me and just take off any excess, and then you go in and do it again until you get the color that you want. So I'm going to do another layer. want to make sure to do with each coat is that so the dip doesn't get, like the actual liquid doesn't get hardened, to cap it each time. Do not leave it uncapped. Now I'm gonna dust it off again. I'm gonna recycle this and put it back in there. So actually, I really do like this. That's cool. Okay, this is what it looks like so far. It obviously still looks powdery because we still have a bunch of more steps. I'm gonna go ahead and do another layer and see how the color looks. Once again, going to give them a little brushing to get off all the excess. Okay, I definitely got some on my skin around my nail, so that's something I'll have to be mindful of when I do my other hand. Then you're going to take the activator, which is the yellow cap bottle, and it has a number 3 on it. And you'll apply a coat to the entire nail surface. So this is the hardener. Ooh, it smells. Oh gosh. It smells strong, so oh my gosh. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. Is this how it looks with the activator on? It looks like I dipped my nails in sugar. So actually, now that I'm looking at it on camera, I probably should have done an additional layer of the dip because I feel like I can see the white part of my nail peeking through, which this is a light color, so kind of makes sense that I would need to do another coat. So I'll probably end up doing that for this hand. So then you want to check to see if the blend of powder and liquid hardened. In the video I watched, it said to tap on your nail, and if it sounds hard, which it does, then that means it's good. All right, then you are going to want to grab your nail file once it is hardened and shape your nails a little bit because it does get a little bit messier with the powder. So get it back to the shape you want it. I'm probably gonna file around the nail to get the excess off my skin. Okay, definitely be careful when applying all of the liquids because I have it connected where it must have been too big of a layer. So it's kind of going onto my skin and my skin is attached to the nail. So just be careful with that. And then it says if the surface isn't smooth, use the buffer to smoothen it before applying the finished top coat. Then it says to use a lint-free wipe or paper towel to absorb activator residues on your nail. Okay, and then you're going to reapply the activator to all the nails. And then we are going to air dry these for 1 to 3 minutes. Okay, so I let it air dry for a few minutes and honestly I took a snack break. Now you're going to grab the dip top, which has the blue cap and a number 4 on the bottle. And we're going to be applying 2 layers of this. So you apply this to the entire nail surface. And we're gonna let this dry for 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, then I'm going to apply second layer. And then you're gonna wait another 30 to 60 seconds to let it air dry. All right, and I believe I am done with this hand. Here's what it looks up close up. This is my very first time doing dip, so please keep that in mind and be gracious. Some things I will say, definitely when you're doing the initial dip base coat, make sure it is a very thin coat. Even though I think I should have done another coat of the powder, I think I was doing too thick a base coat because it looks very thick on my nails. The entire thing on there is very thick, so I think that I put too much base and then too much powder clung to it and made it extra thick, because if I were to do another layer on this hand, I think my nails would look a little chunky. Cause like, if you can see, especially here, how far it's raised up, that's how thick it is. So if I made it even thicker, it would look kind of wild. I also don't think that it looks the most even. You really need to be careful around the edges because I did get some of it on my skin. And then the powder catches there and it just makes it look not as smooth. It doesn't look like something you would get done in the salon. But like I said, this is my first time. I didn't know it needed such a degree of detail. Otherwise, it looks nice, and definitely from further away, it looks a lot better. It's just up close when you can kind of see all of the areas that I didn't have like straight lines or made it too chunky. But we're also gonna see if I can do a better job on this hand. And we're gonna see if we can improve on the looks. Hopefully then as time goes on, I would just get better and better. I also should say, I feel like the color looks a lot different on my nails than it does here. Like in here, it looks like a very pastel orange, but on my nails, it looks more of like a true orange. I'm not sure if that's something I did, but I like the look of this more. Instead of brushing my nails at the very end, I'm gonna try brushing off the excess after each nail. See if that helps with the thickness. Okay, it's gotten quite dark, so I'm sorry if the lighting just sucks, but I finished them up. The right hand definitely looks a lot better than my left hand, the first one I did. Some final thoughts. I like this method, and I'm excited to see how long it's actually going to last, because it said that dip powder can last for a couple or a few weeks, depending on the application process. Since it was my very first application, I'm not sure if it will last that long, because I feel like there is a learning curve with this. If you are someone who has done dip powder before, or you've even gotten it done before and you think you could do a better job than I did, you'd probably have a much easier time. My biggest gripe with it is that even though I didn't feel like or look like I was getting any of the base coat on my skin, when I went to put the powder on, I feel like it kind of just clung to the skin, and now it just looks a little bit chunkier. Like it doesn't look as seamless as if I were to paint my nails. I tried filing around my nail, especially this one, to try and get off the excess. I'm hoping it eventually comes off the skin with like soap and water and after so many washes. This hand does look better as far as getting it on your skin. I think I might next time try some kind of hack. I've seen things online like use a binder clip to pull the skin back or put Elmer's glue on your skin, stuff like that. Something to get the skin just like far away from the nail. I did do lighter coats on this hand, and I think I still needed an additional coat of dip powder after this because you can see through to my natural nail. I think it still looks good. Like it definitely doesn't look professional. Like if you went and paid and got this done, you should get your money back. But it is my first time. I've never done something like this, and it's, like I said, it's got kind of a learning curve. You have to see what works, especially with your different nail shape and like how close the skin is to your nail. Depending on your nails, it may be easier or harder for some people. I do like the feel of it. It feels like nice and hard, almost like acrylic, but not quite, and not as uncomfortable as acrylics. Like with acrylics, I can feel it on top of my nail. I think I will check in at least in a week to show you how long it's lasted. I'm sure this is going to be a long video, so I apologize for that. But I'm actually going to be going on a 1-week trip in which I will be like hiking and doing some other stuff, so I think it'll be a good test to see how well this lasts. And I do plan on trying this again. If it does last a longer while, I am willing to put in the work to try and get to a point where it looks a lot better. I will say the other thing that is a little upsetting about it is that the color on your nail is not the exact color that you get in the dip powder. It darkens quite a bit, so like pastels end up looking a little bit darker, so the color might look different in the box than compared to once you apply everything. So I will check in after a week or so and see how these are doing. Okay, I hope you can see this. They're glow in the dark! How freaking cool is that? Doesn't want to focus. We are getting to the season where my natural light is just not wanting to stick around when I get home from work, so I hope it doesn't look too terrible. But it has been over 2 weeks since I applied the nails. A lot have fallen off in that period. So as you can see on my left hand, I still have 4 left, just this one fell off. However, these stayed on for about a week and a half. The first one, which was my pointer finger on my right hand, which is like naturally the one that would pop off the first, came off within a week and a half. And that is after I went on my trip and I was hiking up mountains and just doing other things that aren't really great for preserving your nails. Honestly, I'm super impressed that they lasted that long. I wasn't sure how long they actually were going to last. And that was my first application, so it's possible that if I do a better job applying it next time, it could stay on for even longer. And I do want to see if I can do better. So actually in this video, I'm going to do my nails again with a new technique and see if that makes it any better so that you can know to not do it exactly like I first showed it, and so that you don't think like it's always gonna end up like that, you know? Okay, so I prep my nails by pushing back the cuticles, filing the surface of my nails, using acetone as well as rubbing alcohol to remove everything from my nails. So I received some help articles from Double Dip, and they really emphasize putting a light coat of the base. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Very, very little, and also not get it too close to the cuticle. Dip that boy in. Something else they mentioned in the article is after you do a layer like that, just scrape around your nails so that none of it gets on your skin. All right, gonna go in with another layer. I'm gonna do the same thing after another layer. And I already see like a little lump that is growing, not growing, but like a little lump that's producing over here. So I'm going to file that down now. Do the same thing, scrape around my nails, and there is some that got on my skin. I think just scraping around it made a big difference because it already looks like it's gonna be better than my previous one. Just for good measure, gonna scrape around my nails again. Okay, now I'm gonna do some filing on this nail before putting on the last 2 ones, just to make it look a little bit smoother because it kind of looks lumpy right now. Okay, now I have to apply another coat of the yellow cap applicator. I'm just gonna scrape around my nails after like each step, just in case. I did a ton of buffing on the surface of this to make it look less chunky, and I think that helped a lot. And then here's another nail I just did, and I think with the methods I implemented, this looks so much better. Like this actually looks really good. So I think the key to avoiding the issue I had initially is to spend time filing down the nail once the dip is on after the activator. And then as well, scrape around the edges of your nails to make sure nothing is adhering to your skin, because that's what gave me that chunky like gumdrop look. I still wouldn't say that they look professional because this is my only second time ever doing dip, but it does look a lot better, and I suspect the more I do this, the better it will get. So I'm gonna finish these up off camera and then just show you the final results. Okay, I have a bit of an update. I waited till the next day to finish my nails because it was getting late. Okay, where do I start? The dip top bottle, the very last coat, when I tried to open it, it was glued shut, like sealed, not coming open. I tried boiling it in hot water, soaking it in acetone, using grips to get the top off, and that baby would not budge so much that after I soaked it in acetone and I was pulling on the lid trying to get it off, the glass bottle around the neck broke. Yet the brush in the bottle did not budge. The glass broke before that budged, so that's intense. I eventually, after like some more prying, was able to get the brush out. I tried to quickly apply the top coat, and this is not where it all went wrong, but like this is when it went like really bad. So buckle in, because I swear this has a purpose. And I noticed after I put it on my nails that some had gotten on my countertop. So I was like, oh shoot, I need to get this off before it hardens. So I ran to the sink and got a wet paper towel. Listen, this wasn't my finest moment. I didn't wait for these to dry. So I don't know if you can tell from so far away, but these got wet paper towel on them with a glue on your nails, and then putting a wet paper towel to scrub. Obviously it's not gonna work out. So not gonna lie, they look like trash right now, but not because of the product, because of all of the things that transpired, all of the mistakes I made. So I'll show you a close-up of these nails, but preface, do not judge the brand, and please don't judge me. Here is what it looks like. Obviously there is paper towel all over it and it looks chunky and quite terrible. This one looks good because this one was salvaged. And like the glue, since it got wiped, it's all chunky and even some got on this hand. So it's not the reveal that I was hoping for. I guess this is the final review. I think it looks really good before it got kind of destroyed. Like these nails still look pretty good. It still looks kind of lumpy and uneven, so I'm gonna have to work to fix that because I thought I was putting on light coats of the base. When I put it in the dip, it seems like it's kind of uneven. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like it's not entirely smooth. It's kind of lumpy. Despite everything that transpired, I like this. I like how long it lasts because like a week and a half is a long time for me because I'm always picking at my nails or, you know, I was climbing up rocks and they still were fine. That to me is huge because just regular nail polish will chip so easily for me. And with press-on nails, I have had some that lasted a long time, but I don't think those are as comfortable to me as the dip was. I mean, I'm still a super novice at this, so if you are someone that has never done dip powder and you're just like not so skilled like me, it might take a few tries to get this to look good. I mean, it doesn't look bad, especially from far away, it looks like pretty much fine, but up close you can tell that, you know, it wasn't like completely even and it's a little lumpy, but I am determined to keep trying this because it is so long lasting and I need something like that in my life. But I think for an introduction into dip powder, this was actually a positive experience that I don't regret despite this. If you're subscribed to my channel, I will try and do update videos on this dip powder once I start to master it and figure out where it all went wrong. But I will link everything in the description box below if you want to check it out, the colors that I have. I will also leave the coupon code, which is SarahM10 for 10% off your first order. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. I hope this didn't completely deter you, so, okay.